I am the administrator for the Vipkid iPad users group on Facebook, and I just wanted to share with you how you can send an e-card from your iPad. First of all, I would like to tell you that in order to teach from your iPad, you need to make sure that you have the HD app. Okay, the HD app is a different app than your regular app that you might have on your phone. The HD app it looks the same. Is orange, but it has a corner that is white and it says HD. And sometimes people don't realize that when they first start using the iPad, that is the first thing that you need to make sure that you are doing. You can still upload the other app onto your iPad, which I have here, but this will be just like if you have an iPhone, it will be just like your iPhone where you can go into it and you can do everything except you cannot teach from it. So in order to teach, you need to go to the HD app. Now in the HD app, you can do a lot in it other than just teach. It almost looks like the other app, except there is a button right in the middle on the bottom, and that is where you're going to teach from. So here you go. That says my next class is in 11 hours. Okay, so and then what you're going to do is 30 minutes before class, you can press on that enter class button, and then you're in. And it's very quick and very easy. Now in order to do an e-card. An e-card is a really great way to keep communication with your student. Some of the e-cards are 5 tokens. Some of the e-cards are free. So you can, it just depends on which one you want to use. Sometimes I give the specialty ones, the 5 token ones. What's 5 tokens? And I will go ahead and share those with my students. I do not always send e-cards. Some people send e-cards to every single student. Think it gets a little time intensive, but if you think that's what you want to do, you can do that. Send an e-card. They have get well cards, sorry I missed you cards, you did a great job. I think after an assessment it's a really good idea to give an e-card to your student. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to your booking list. Okay, so I'm going to go to upcoming classes, and then you will see your booking list, and then you will see all of the people on here. For example, this is my student I had this morning. I will press on her name, and then you will see up in the corner, you'll see a little package. You'll see a pencil. So the pencil, you can put notes like she really likes Pokemon or something, or she really likes dolls, whatever you want to write, or nicknames. Sometimes they have a Chinese name and you want to write down their English name. Then there's also a package. So you're going to click on the package, and then you are going to see where it says request mailing address, and then you're going to press down here send a card. Okay, so you can go through the cards and you can choose which one you want to pick. So the first one on here is free, and it looks like the dino's going to school. Then there's one for 5 tokens. Sorry we missed each other. Happy Children's Day. Can't wait to see you in class. Congratulations. That one might be a good for the assessment, or A for amazing. And then you can go down. There's quite a few. And there are a few free ones also. So you don't have to spend your tokens if you don't want to. So you can choose. Now, if you want to do a whole bunch of them in a row, you might want to think about, copy and paste and just, use the same comments and just change the name of the student. And then you can go ahead and press send, and then you will be sending an e-card. Now, e-cards are good for congratulating the student on what they did, or maybe if they didn't make it to class, you just want to connect with them and tell them, sorry I missed you or whatever. Or even if you have to cancel a class, you might want to consider sending an e-card just to let them know that you did cancel the class, but you hope to see them again next time. And there are ways that you can communicate with your student or even with the parent through the e-card. Say you're sick and you want to, you have to, make it for that class that day. You can go ahead and send an e-card and let them know that you're sorry that you missed them. Or I have a student that canceled their class, so I might send an e-card and just let them know that, I'm anxious to see them in the next class or whatever. The next 2 weeks are going to be, today is August 20th. So the next 2 weeks, I assume, will be everybody getting on track. Maybe next week will be a week where the students are getting ready for school, and then the next week will be we're back to school. And so the next 2 weeks might be a little in and out for bookings. I have a full schedule. I've had people cancel. I've had new people sign in. I've had a lot of new people the last couple weeks. So settling into a routine is always, we know how it goes. We do it too. I have kids. So I just wanted to share how you can you can send an e-card. It's a great way for communication for us and, any kind of sentiments. There is a limit to how many characters that you can use. It's not unlimited letter. And also keep in mind that a lot of the parents do not know English. So you might want to make sure that you keep your sentences short and sweet. You might want to go ahead, if you have something specific to say, go ahead and go to the Google Translate and make sure it translates properly, because you don't want what you're saying to come out as the opposite of what you're actually, to them it might be the opposite of what you mean. That can happen. I've done that before. I put it into Google Translate and I'm like, what in the world? I didn't even mean anything like that. So that is a good consideration. But I have found that if you keep really short sentences and use simple words to get your point across, that works the best. So just be careful of your wording and use it as a tool for your students. So some people that I know sit down once a week and then just write all their students that they had for the week in eCard, and they get caught up for the week and then they move on with their week. So that is something that you could try doing. I have a lot of students, so I don't always do e-cards every single week. But it is a way that you can let them know that you're thinking of them and keep in touch with them. It's a very good resource. When I first started a year and a half ago, we did not have the e-cards, so it was really good when those came out. And the students, though, they have to spend their whatever they earn, they get points, and they have to spend some of theirs to write us cards. So I have heard it suggested that we would do not ask questions, do not request from them to send cards, because it's nice when they do it on their own, but if we request it, we're sort of requesting that they would spend their tokens, and they are going to try to please us. So anything that we ask them to do, they are going to respond to. So be careful what you ask them to do. And so I've heard it mentioned, and I kind of agree with it, that we would not ask them questions and that we would not prompt them to send us a card back. And if they do it on their own, that's fine, but we don't want to ask them to give up their hard-earned tokens. And if that's what they want to do, they can. But Well, thank you for watching, and I appreciate your support. If you like this video, I would really appreciate a thumbs up, and I would really like to see more subscribers. If you would maybe think about subscribing to my channel, I plan on just continuing the content that I have already started. I work for Vipkid, and I am sharing tips for Vipkid teachers, and I am the administrator of the Facebook iPad group, and so a lot of my content is geared to help the iPad users, but it's also for any Vipkid teacher, because I have found that the iPad is a really great second device to use in case, to have something in case your laptop goes down, which I've recently heard of many people in that situation. If the electricity goes down, the iPad is really easy to sign on to or to grab and travel somewhere in a really quick situation. So you might want to consider checking it out. Check out the iPad group and make sure that you have something as an available second device, because things do happen. The power goes out, the laptops, sometimes they have to you know, what do you call it? They update from time to time and things happen. So it's always good to have two. Today I had a student no-show, so it was kind of funny. I was using my computer, but I took my iPad and I was able to walk around the house and do a couple things with the camera open. So that's another use for the iPad. It can make it so that you're not just sitting here right in front of your camera trying to figure out things to do at your desk, but you can take it around the house with you in student no show. So thank you for watching.